Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about something that you might have been guilty of lately. Something that goes in this manner or in this way. I am not a morning person. I am lazy. I'm not just good with business. I am a failure. I'm not beautiful. I'm just a bad person. I'm not a nice person. I'm a shy person. I can't speak in public. I can't do this project. I am going to fail. You know, it feels like a simple fact, right? But what if I told you that statement is a lie? And not just a lie, it is single most damaging lie you tell yourself. Today, we are going to expose that lie, understand how it's holding you back, and most importantly, I will give you a practical framework to change it for good. This lie is called self-labeling. It's when you take a temporal behavior or a single event and turn it into a permanent part of your identity. This creates what psychologists call a fixed mindset. Here is how self-labeling is holding you back. Number one, the self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's a known fact that what we say or what we attribute to ourselves is what we become. If you've told yourself that you're not a leader, you're most likely going to shy away from any leadership position. If you've told yourself that you're not good with business or you are not a good business person, you most likely not want to start up any business because you already feel like it's not going to work. Your actions confirm the label. Number two, it kills resilience. If you fail a test and think I am a failure, you give up. But if you think I failed this test, you can try a new study method and you can try again. Number three, it blinds you. Your brain filters for evidence that supports the label. The person who has labeled himself a failure only remembers the time they failed and not the time they succeeded. It is important to note that this is not about invalidating core identities that give you strength, like your cultural background or a disability you have learned to navigate. This is about the limiting labels we choose that shrinks our world. So, how do we fight this? We don't just think positive, we execute a strategy. I call it the relabeling framework. Step 1. Discover and interrogate the label. Your first job is to become a detective of your own thoughts. When you hear yourself saying, "Oh, I am so lazy," pause, ask yourself, is this a fact or is this a story I am telling myself? Interrogate it. What is the specific evidence? Did I not go to the gym today? Or am I fundamentally a lazy human being? Number 2, shift from being to doing. This is the most powerful linguistic shift you can make. You move from a fixed identity to a temporal action. Instead of saying I am disorganized, say I have been acting in disorganized ways. Instead of I am a procrastinator, say I procrastinated on that task. Why this works? It takes the behavior out of your core identity and puts it in your hands as something you can change. Step 3. Replace with a question or an empowering label. Now don't just leave a vacuum. Replace the old label with something constructive. Instead of I am bad with money, ask, what is one small steps I can take to understand my finances better? This turns a dead-end statement into a productive inquiry. Trade a limiting label for an aspiring one. Instead of I am inexperienced, try on I am a curious and fast learner. This new label will guide your actions towards growth. Your life is worth putting in the effort. Like, you can't just leave things to just go or to just be as they used to. You can make an effort. So I need you to know that you are not any of the things that you have said you are. I don't even care what they are. I don't care like what they are. You are not any of those things. For example, if you've told yourself that you're not a business person, you are definitely, or if you are not good at business, you are definitely not bad at business. You just have not tried to go into business. And if you feel that you are probably okay, maybe you might not do so well in business, how about instead of like labeling yourself or keeping the tags on, how about trying this instead? Try to see what you can do to improve in that area. So for example, you've always had the tag on that I'm not good at business. Drop that tag. How about going for a course, a business course? How about picking 1 or 2 books to read? How about meeting and networking with people who are good in business to maybe guide you and point you in the right directions? These are things you could do instead of just sitting back and keeping the tags. So if you feel like, oh, I'm a failure, what are you failing at? You cannot definitely be a failure at everything. Like, you think about it, let's be rational here. So, but if you feel like, oh, I fail at maths, you could do something about it. You could get a tutor, you could maybe get some classmates who are good in math to probably guide you through learning that. The fact is, if you don't take out that label, you won't even be able to learn, even if someone is trying to teach you. But if you drop that label and if you try and if you change your words and change the way you have been, like maybe seeing the things that you are struggling with, then you can better be able to seek help or to get help for it. So, for example, you feel you are lazy. What is one step you can take today to do some of the things that you have piled up to do? You feel, okay, I'm awkward with people. You could read books about how to relate more with people. You could go for events. You could go for gatherings. You could put yourself out there. Like, how bad can it be? You need to drop that tag. You need to pick up a new tag. Pick up a tag of, okay, I feel that this, but if I do this, I can be better. I can work better with people. Like, I can learn to work better with people. I can learn a business skill. You know, these are things you could change, and these are labels you could pick up as opposed to I am not just good at this, or I am like this and like that. I hope this video really helps anyone out there who has labeled themselves so hard that they are drowning in those labels, or the tags are so massive that it is like hard for them to even look at the sky from the tags. I hope this helps you to break free from those tags and embrace the fact that you can learn anything, you can be anything you set your mind to be. Now, I need you to also understand something. I talk about the mind being like a seed you plant. It takes time to grow. So you have been labeling yourself this way for a long time, for years. You don't expect it to just vanish in one day. But you could learn, you could practice, you could try, you could like embrace new ideas and discard old ideas, and you could try and live up to it. So what I'm saying is that even after all has been said and you decide that, oh, you want to embrace what has been said in this video, just know that you need to give yourself some time to grow. So for example, you could say, okay, I'm going to practice, I'm going to drop the labels. I'm replacing those labels with new tags. But then new labels will come up, new thoughts will come up that would challenge what you are believing right now. And you are going to get into difficult situations that will make you want to say, okay, I am this. You need to keep on practicing till you get to that point where it becomes so natural to you to say, oh, I am not this, I am not that, I am just having a difficult situation in this place, and if I do this and do that, I can get better at this. So it's going to take time, and I hope that we are going to all grow to that point where we are good and where we are like more confident in ourselves, and we apply the right labels at all times, and we strive for all that we hope to achieve. Your identity isn't a carved stone statue. It's more like a garden. You get to choose which seeds you water and which seeds you pull. So here's your challenge for the next week. I want you to practice step 1 and step 2 just for 1 week. Every time you catch yourself using a limiting I am statement, pause and rephrase it to an I have been or I felt statement. You'll be shocked at how much lighter and more in control you feel. The words you use to define yourself becomes the boundaries of your word. Choose them wisely. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear it. What's one label you are going to challenge this week? Let me know in the comment below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.